It's a boring life, I admit it. but it's up to the youth of America to trudge through this.
I think it's just wonderful, the sacrifices today's young people are willing to make.
Some Fort Lauderdale bars claim to lead the nation in beer sales per patron. It's easy to see why. On a beautiful spring break day, the bars have a higher population density than the beach.
I think this girl is wonderful, huh?
We've done some crazy things over the years.
Paul Lorenzo of the Candy Store and Eugene Reedy and John Terry of The Button have been working at Fort Lauderdale bars since the early 70s. It's their job to know what turns on students.
I always tell Eugene, I said, Eugene, there's no way that next year they'll get crazier, but year after year they get crazier and crazier.
I don't know if they can get any wilder.
Over the past decade, the spring break crowd has been showing its appreciation for more erotic contests. But that has created a problem for the club operators. They must top themselves year after year. Here are some of the fruits of their efforts.
Very simple, guys. You just eat the cookie. First, you put your hands behind your back. Girls, you cannot touch this gentleman in any way. Hang on to your stool. And it's simply the first one to devour this entire cookie is going to be the winner. Get set, go! Girls, don't be afraid to smile, ladies. Stand up when you're finished, guys.
Let's go!
Every last crumb. It's a race to the finish. What do you think? Looks like here to me. Wait a minute. Look what we found down here. We have a winner right here. Number one, Kim and Pat from Delaware.
Sexier the spring break activities will become. But you can be sure that the clubs and the students will carry on the traditions that have made Fort Lauderdale the sexiest place to be in the spring. Like 69 tube races?
Chris and Christy do have a little bit of experience at doing this. They had 69 last night in the hotel room for practice.
The contest may change with time, but the number of students migrating here each spring is bound to remain the same for another 20 years. Spring break in Fort Lauderdale is a tradition, and there's nothing more sacred to institutions of higher learning than preserving tradition.
Check this out. I was going through some old tapes, and out of nowhere popped up Adam freaking Sandler. This is a news report from 1985 on the Playboy channel, of all places, doing a report on spring break in 1985, Florida. It's Adam freaking Sandler out of nowhere. I've never heard any mention of him ever being on Playboy channel, let alone just him on the beach, hanging out, getting a tan. I mean, how crazy is that? Adam freaking Sandler out of nowhere. Obviously, they had no idea who he would become in the future. Or they would have saved this tape and be blasted everywhere by now. This is crazy.